si balança no vento. Seu sorriso lindo brilha só pra mim. Ah, ninguém pode ser feliz mais que eu. Você é
Texted you.
I know.
No. Okay. I told you. It's not like I sprung it on you.
Hey! My light started working again today.
I can't see you, so I wouldn't know. What do you mean your light?
Light?
Fan? No.
My room light. Why does it always... Why do I have to readjust your stupid face every day?
Shouldn't.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, because do you have it? Because I haven't had a Craig yet.
No, Craig doesn't usually mess with it too bad. I had it on pop-out menu. I didn't play 6.2.
I didn't either, so we're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about 6.3 instead.
Okay, good. I remembered like 10 minutes ago I didn't play it.
Yeah, I knew neither one of us would.
Yeah, I didn't really play it.
Now recording.
I've been playing.
I knew you wouldn't because of the whole WoW stuff. So you said that, and I was like,
Well,
that's
I've not even really been playing WoW. I only played it today, and today's the first time I played it in like a week.
Really?
All I've done for a week is watch Attack on Titan and play Sonic Frontiers, and I am completely caught up with Attack on Titan.
Nice.
The anime.
You know it's your trivia, right?
Yeah, I got a screenshot.
All right. Well, I'm saying let's just do it. Let me bring this up because they did have the live letter, so let's talk about that. For 6.3. So, 1 second. Let me make sure I've got the information.
So yeah, I need to.
All right. And Kupo Quest just got done rendering, so I can upload that to YouTube. Sweet. Took 3 hours. Are you ready? This is 86, right? You say yeah. You have no idea, do you?
Nope. Nope.
All right, ready? Hey, everybody, and welcome to episode 86 of Highwind Herald. I'm Wolfkins, and I have soloists and Fred here with me today.
Hi, everybody.
Fred's the dog. I was hoping he would bark right there.
My
but
puppy. Now he's
It
being
didn't work out.
He's in a sweet mood.
Yeah, Fred's adorable.
Sweet.
Man, did Fred bring the trivia question this week?
He did. Let me read it before my phone dies.
Okay.
Who is the leader of the 3 silver-headed antagonists in Final Fantasy VII Advent Children?
Oh, God. Oh, their name is on the tip of my tongue. They transform into Sephiroth in the end. So
Yeah, but that's not the question.
I can't remember his name. I cannot. What's it begin with?
Okay.
Oh, God. This is one of those ones where you tell me I'm going to lose my mind. Go ahead.
I don't know. It's Kadaj.
Oh, I did know that.
Kadaj.
It reminds me of like a summon name. Isn't there a summon in Final Fantasy VII with a similar name or something like that?
I don't think. I have no clue.
It's not 7. I don't know.
Why do you have a dog in the background? Sorry, audio only listeners. Like a
so-
plushy dog.
This plushy dog. Okay, so for audio listeners, I have a small white Pomsky plush behind me. It's actually always been behind me. It usually sits in that chair over there. Again, audio listeners can't know what I'm talking about. but it is. I bought it because it is it represents Marshmallow, who is the little Pomsky dog for one of my D&D characters, and I just had it out. Was talking about it during Kubo Quest last night. So,
Well, there we go. Heck yeah! I watched quite a bit of Kupo Quest yesterday.
Oh yeah, did you see the end?
No, I fell. Okay, so when I say
Fellas, I
say
put you to sleep. We're
quite a
boring.
bit, no, because I was feeling really sick before I got on, so I watched about an hour, and I was like, I literally felt I like had to go to bed. I felt
You
awful.
had the best joke though
I
of
know
the
what.
stream.
What did I say
So,
again?
um,
Oh, see, you said do it the piano thing.
yeah, it was the piano.
Did you see the joke?
No, but Psychic read it to me.
Okay,
He told
good.
me. He read it.
I was gone
It's
by
on,
the time you heard it. Then
it's on the stream
the
too.
key of
So
C
basically, one of
sharp.
the players destroyed a piano, and I asked them, how they want to do it, and they said, as I destroy it, I just want it to have like a perfect C note. And then Soloist in the chat was, well, it's a C sharp because we destroyed it with the sword. Super lame.
That was
But it made
good.
it cool. So that's the kind of fun stuff we get up to on Kupo Quest.
Yeah, Kupo
Which,
Quest
speaking
fun.
of which, is the extent of my Final Fantasy for the past week. I know that we had set a deadline to play 6.2. Neither of us have done that for two very good reasons. One, you've had Sonic's Frontiers. Two, I've had Gotham Knights.
Yep,
So
two
we've
very
been
good reasons. Those are two very good reasons.
So,
But I know I should be done with that game by now. But it's one of those instances like 15 where, honest to God, I'm not even doing chores. Like, I spent like an hour this weekend literally just running and flipping off of mountains. Like, I just don't want it to be done. Like, I love that game.
cool. Yeah, that's how I'm feeling with Gotham Knights right now. But here's the thing, all right? Still very involved with Final Fantasy, been keeping up with the news, and of course, I've been putting a lot of effort into Kupo Quest. Now, while we didn't actually catch up on 6.2, that's okay, because we're going to look forward and talk about 6.3 a little bit today, because we had our live letter, and to be honest, this has got me jazzed again. I do want to get back into 14. Okay. Let me rephrase that, because I'm not out of 14, quote, quote. I just haven't played it in a little bit. It's not for lack of desire, it's just been distracted. However, the stuff I'm seeing coming out of 6.3, it's getting me jazzed. I'm telling you, it almost made me boot it back in, but it was already like today, and I was like, I'm never going to get through the MSQ by tonight, so I didn't even really bother.
Yeah.
Anyway, so, man, if you don't mind, I'm just going to jump right into this and just kind of go through some of these patch 6.3 things that we got from Live Letter 74, and just let's just talk about it, if that's okay with you for today.
Perfectly fine with me. I've also not been up to any Final Fantasy. So
Yeah, I know.
perfectly
Yeah,
fine.
that's why I just was breezing through
Yeah.
that. We kind of talked a little beforehand. I was like, we got nothing.
Yeah, no,
So,
I've not. Honest to God, it feels like we recorded last episode like 2 days ago.
it's been a blur, hasn't
It
it?
has been a blur of a week. Like, it has just
Mhm.
flown by. Like, it does not feel like it's been a week. That's why I was thinking before this, and I was like, oh my God, I completely forgot about 6.2 because I felt like I had plenty of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Yeah. Well, we did. Okay, here's the thing. We gave ourselves plenty of time, but just didn't do it.
I
So-
played the 5th. I don't know.
And I want everybody listening to know this is not any kind of, commentary on the state of the narrative or anything like that. I've just literally had too much other things to do. So, an MMO takes some time, and the problem I have, especially with 14, is there's so much to do that I usually end up not just focusing on MSQ these days when I get in there. So, what I will do, I will be catching up on 6.2 before January, because that is when 6.3 is going to drop. So I will be caught up before 6.3 drops in early January. I don't think we have an actual date yet. Everything I'm seeing is just saying early January. So I would imagine it's probably going to be maybe that second week of January or so. The 10th, maybe. That's my guess. But anyway, it's got a great name. So 6.3 is going to be called God's Revel, Lands Tremble. So that sounds interesting.
Okay.
It also makes me wonder, what haven't I seen yet in 6.2?
I have no
So-
clue. Yeah.
Now, it could be talking about, the first raid tier was have you done that one? I don't, the actual alliance raid. not the
Yes.
raid tier.
Yes, I've done
Okay.
that.
Because in that one, you were fighting like the 12, basically, right? Or a couple of them. So maybe it's more of that, because this would be the patch we get the second alliance raid, I believe. Right?
Yeah.
That's
I believe.
how this works out. I believe that's how it kind of goes. Anyway, I'm gonna just give you kind of the patch notes. And by that I mean just the bullet points before we kind of dive into anything. And again, whenever we do these patch notes, I do want to give a shout out to Nova Crystallis. That's the one that I tend to reference the most. They are great with putting these patch notes together. They're my reference and go-to for anytime I need some information on Final Fantasy 14. There's a bunch of different sites that I kind of go through, and I watch little bits of the live letter here and there. But Nova Crystallis just puts together such a nice summary that it's just great for referencing. So that's the one that I'll link in the show notes if you want to go to that. So anyway, let me get to it. I'll kind of breeze through this, and then we can chat because I know that I'm just talking at you at the moment. So, and I'll just hit the highlights here. So patch 6.3, obviously continuing the MSQ. Going to be picking up from 6.2. We expect that from every major patch. New MSQ, no real surprise there. We're also going to have a continuation of some of those Hildebrand adventures, which are also what's tied to your new Manderville weapon quests. Those are going to be coming later in 6.35. That's essentially the relic weapon for this expansion. I have not started that.
Me neither.
I got really into it trying to get it for Endwalker, and it became kind of such a grind that
Shadowbringers, maybe
at the end. I did, yes, I meant Shadowbringer. Sorry, you're right. In the last expansion. Oh, but I got so close, but it just kind of became a grind at the end. But,
yeah.
For those of you interested in tribal quests, again, this is going to be a little later. This is 635, but there are new quests coming that involve the Loperates, which are one of the best, quote, bestial races in the game, I believe. I'm very partial to Loperates. That's why I created the role for Kupo Quest. I wanted to have that race represented because they're such an adorable little race of bunny people. We're going to get a new dungeon. Of course, that's going to be Lapis Manalis. A new trial. They always keep those secret, though, so we don't know exactly what that is.
Ooh.
Confirmation, Myths of the Realm Alliance raid series is going to continue. This time, the name of the raid is Euphrosyne. I don't know how to say that. As with most, most Final
Fantasy things are very hard to pronounce.
Yeah. And then this one I thought was interesting, a new deep dungeon. So have you done any of the deep dungeons? Previous ones?
Oh my gosh, is that fun. Like Palace of the Dead and stuff?
Yeah.
I've always wanted to. Oh, we should do that
fun.
one day. Hey!
I'm up for it. It's fun. I've done Palace of the Dead.
That should absolutely be a Highwind hangout that we have not done in a while.
I agree. Well, that's true. We
should just do one of those next week anyway, even though it's not the last week.
Speaking of next week, that might be a good time because I don't know if we'll be able to do a podcast because it's that holiday week. Because next week is going to be Thanksgiving.
We can do it in-person thing. We can record an in-person video of us playing a trading card game. I don't know.
Sitting on the. Hey, we do have. Hey, we could.
That's not a bad idea, actually.
Let's keep that in the back of our mind.
Sorry. I ramble too much.
I know it's Final Fantasy related, but anyway, yeah. So Deep Dungeon, I've done Palace of the Dead. I do kind of enjoy that. It's fun. You start at level 1 with that one, and just slowly gain your abilities as you.
It's really good stream content. I've watched a lot of people do that before.
I do.
I used to leave a certain streamer up, on my iPad at work, and he did a lot of Deep Dungeon. And it was very easy to just watch while you worked all day.
Yeah, it's fun content too. So to play through. So that'll be coming. That'll be interesting to jump in there. You must first complete the Endwalker main scenario, and progress to floor 50 of Palace of the Dead. Apparently. Oh, I didn't see that before.
We need to do that then.
Did I make it to 50? I don't think I made it to 50. Don't know. Anyway. There's much other things. That's kind of the bigger highlights. There are going to be PvE and PvP updates. This one I was very much excited about. We're getting a new Crystalline Conflict map, and it's going to be Kugane Castle. It looks great. So I love some Crystalline Conflict. You know that about me. Some of the maps I'm done with, like the lava map. Oh, I hate that map. Like, whenever that one pops up, I'm like, I'm done. I don't want to
I
play
haven't.
anymore.
I haven't done it in quite a bit. It's been a long time since I've done the PvP. A new map though, that'll be fresh.
Yeah,
That'll be awesome.
yeah. So I'm excited to get in and try that.
When I did play a lot of Final Fantasy XIV PvP, though, I won't lie, I really liked Crystalline Conflict, but I did prefer Frontlines. I really liked Frontlines.
Frontlines are a lot of fun, and they're great experience leveling.
Yeah.
They are great for getting experience. Just doing your one frontline daily. It's also really good for getting tomestones.
It
I
is.
believe it gives you 40.
It is. It's awesome.
So,
It was just fun to do. I would spam it.
yeah.
That's
When
how I
was
leveled
still-
my warrior.
Yeah, that's how I got my bard capped. I did my bard. Okay, so I boosted the bard to 80. But then I capped it from 8. Wait. Is the cap 90 now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember
80 to
that
90
because
just in PvP.
I remember that because of the way my brain works with linking stuff. So like Endwalker is a very dark expansion with very dark themes that has a level cap of 90. Dark themes contrasts Mists of Pandaria a lot. They're very opposite. And
Whoa.
that's level cap was 90.
No.
So I link it together like that.
God. You know the meme of the guy.
Yeah, the
with
dude from Always Sunny.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's how I always remember it's 90.
Okay.
Yep.
So yeah, that's how I did that. And then I think I capped my Dragoon off that way because, to be honest, I'm not that comfortable with Dragoon PvE. I'm just not good at it. But I'm decent at it with PvP, so that's how I was leveling
It was
up my
the
Dragoon.
same
too.
for me because I'm not too comfortable with tanking, but warrior PvP is not really a tank, and it's
Yep.
really good. So it was kind of the same for me to the point to where I tried to tank at a higher level, and
You know what?
I was really lost.
That should be how I finally level Gunbreaker.
Yeah, oh
What
man,
was I should just try my Gunbreaker in PvP.
it should be great. I would assume it'd be really fun.
Whoa, I really want to play Gunbreaker so bad. I mean, the Squall Leon Heart lover in my heart just is sad that I can't use my almost said Keyblade Gunblade.
Well, it's pretty much blue DPS, isn't it? Like, it shouldn't feel too unfamiliar for you.
I mean blue DPS.
You know,
like the tank DPS.
yeah,
Okay, blue.
yeah.
Okay.
But I don't know.
Gotcha.
Tanking in 14 is just a lot more stressful for me because of how mechanic intensive that game is.
Yeah.
See,
Tanking is stressful for me in general.
people don't really care if I die 2 times on a boss as a Reaper. They do care if I'm a tank.
They care if you die once on as a tank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Your red mage cares a lot. The more they have to res the tank.
Hey, as long as they don't complain.
Yeah. Your red mage sometimes doesn't mind when the healer goes because then they get to look like a rock star when they bring the healer back.
There you go.
That's the best way to get accommodations as a red mage. Healer goes down, res them right away, boom. 3. You're guaranteed at least 2
If
accommodations.
you're
right
in a
there.
dungeon group, I would hate to be a healer in a dungeon group.
Mhm.
Because, I mean, I've been on record saying I'll never play heals. I just always, ever since I've played MMO, I just think healing seems boring. And
It's
especially,
not boring. It's stressful.
yeah, well, especially in 14.
Yeah.
Because if you die on a boss in a dungeon with the healer, if you don't have a red mage, you pretty much wipe. It's
Or
almost,
Summoner, I think.
yeah, it's pretty much impossible to finish the boss fight. So you can't mess up.
Yeah, I never got the healing is boring. I think healing is super stressful.
Well, especially when I was a little kid, I thought it was boring because, you know, you're not killing stuff, you're not doing damage, so it's boring. So,
That's, yeah.
I mean, that changes now, but, you know, it's
Yeah.
still very stressful. And just now it's kind of changed from boring to I don't want that pressure.
I don't want that pressure.
Ricky Bobby.
Don't put that evil on me, Ricky
Yeah,
Bobby.
don't put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
So, are you ready for the biggest news? The biggest news coming out of 6.3?
Yes.
Yeah. Updates to Island Sanctuary. All right. Now, the best news is I've read that they're planning on major updates to Island Sanctuary every 2 patches, and 6.3 counts as a minor update. So we got even more coming even in the future. So I'm glad to see that that's not something they just put in and abandoned, because I really, really love the Island Sanctuary, but I have hit a point to where there's nothing else really for me to do. So at this point, I'm just doing maintenance, and that's one of the reasons I haven't logged into 14 as much, is because Island Sanctuaries was the one driving me to log in, and then once I kind of did everything, it was like, well, okay. But they're adding more ranks, so I can go above rank 10. They're also adding more buildings and structures that can be built, and different animals that you can find and capture as well. So, and new things that you can buy with your island currencies. It looks like they're adding like a tiger, cool-looking tiger with red eyes, a Marlboro you can catch, and like a big griffin thing. So... I'm so excited. And the new structure, there's a picture, and if you take the link to that Nova Crystallis that I'm gonna put in the show notes, it looks like this really nice recreational place for your little robots to run around and play on. Probably a landmark of some kind. And I don't know, I'm just really excited.
I've still not gotten
really
into that.
excited. Yeah, I don't know. Island Sanctuaries was just so much fun. So much fun. And again, still think it's fun. I think it'll be more fun because I have flying now. Because you get flying once you hit rank 10. So doing some of the new stuff without having to run around the whole island is going to be a lot better.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
But I'll see.
Interesting. Hey,
Yeah.
I need to get in there and do that.
You should. It's fun. So I don't know how much you would like it because, you know, you've gone on record as saying not really like. I don't know. You liked...
I went through my phase, I think. I went really into Stardew Valley, and I've even
Stardew
tried
Valley, that was
going
it.
back, and it's just, it doesn't hit like it did. Animal Crossing didn't stick with me at all. And those are really the only ones I've tried playing, I think. Unless
I would like
forgetting
to
one.
try Harvestella. It's just I can't get another game right now.
I can't convince
it's-
myself to buy it. Like,
I got too many other things going on. Plus, I can't.
you've got
I can't
Pokemon
justify
coming out,
$60.
so.
Yeah, I'm not getting that next week though.
I'm getting
So-
it Friday.
Well, I had it pre-ordered and canceled my pre-order.
Yeah.
Not out of it's just, you know, I'm still right in the middle of one game, and I mean, Christmas is next month, and if I get any money from Christmas from anybody, I'll just use it to buy that, you know? So I was like, I could still keep my pre-order, drop $60, and then end up waiting till around Christmas to play it anyway, because I'm probably going to finish Gotham Knights first. Or I could just wait, see if anybody just gives me some cash at Christmas, and then just get it that way. So
Good, yeah.
that was my call. But
That's smart. That is
Yeah.
really smart. There's so much going on in gaming lately, and I just want to play Final Fantasy. Something like, been in such a kick to play like Final Fantasy.
well,
But-
haven't you been playing? I mean, you started a 10 playthrough.
I did start 10, and it didn't continue because so much other stuff started happening.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's just playing Sonic Frontiers again has like brought me out of the hole. What?
Dude, you know, we were just talking about that. It actually just reminded me.
Oh,
Crisis Core.
oh, yeah.
Crisis
You
Core
made a
remake.
face like that. I was like, did something happen to Craig?
No, because that's what, any time now, right? Wasn't that November or was that a December release?
Maybe a December. I don't remember. at all.
December 13th. Oh God.
That is close. That is hype.
Oh,
That is
that
hype.
I want. That
But-
totally slipped my mind. So now,
I just- After playing Sonic Frontiers and playing like a single player contained experience game, I started
Yeah.
realizing all I've been playing lately are MMOs and Overwatch. Things that are like shared experiences. And like I had this personal experience with Frontiers, really liking that. I really haven't had that in a long time. So I'm wanting to go
Crisis
back
Core
and
might be,
Crisis
might be a way
Core
to
would be
get back in there.
great. Maybe I could replay through 7 Remake on PS5 with the Intergrade upgrade. Maybe that'd be
Yeah,
good.
you should. You never finished that, did you?
I never did the Intergrade at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You finished the main story, right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
You finished okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a good one to do.
That was right when this podcast started.
You know what? That seems forever ago, doesn't
I know.
it?
That was pretty much that February is when I marked the beginning of my streaming career, because that's when I did the whole Final February thing, and that's when I
yeah.
started getting actual retention and viewers, and people started caring what I'm doing here. So I
What are we still doing here? Can you believe we're still doing this like
this
2 years later?
it's fun. I enjoy it.
And who's still listening to this? What are you all doing with your
Oh, the
lives?
Kupo Quest crew, I'm sure.
Well, and that's the other thing.
And the
is
guy
now
from
we have
Chick-fil-A.
we have another show now. So we've started, we've even expanded out beyond just the podcast and have another show on the quote network.
And
That's
there's gonna
our
be
network now.
Highwind Herald Network, and there's gonna be a gameplay show too soon.
Network, yeah.
As soon as I get myself to record it.
Oh.
Yeah, I just want to do Let's Plays of Final Fantasy, starting on 1
Yeah,
and
you
just
know,
go
you used
through
to
them
do
all.
those all the time. You used to do Let's Plays all
And
the time.
here's the thing that's exhausting about it is when I get to 1, it'll be the third freaking time I've completed. No, when I get to 3, it'll be like the third time I've completed a Let's Play on 3.
Are you planning on doing all of the pixel remasters? Is that your goal?
I don't know what I'm planning on doing everything. Like, period. Everything. Because if I'm just doing Final Fantasy, there's no reason not to. So I'll do Pixel Remaster 1, Pixel Remaster 2, probably Pixel Remaster 3, and then 3D 3. Then all the 4s and 5. I don't have to go in order either. I don't know. I just everything.
Jump around, do whatever.
Why not?
Yeah.
Ooh.
All right, I got a couple more things I'd like to touch on here. Some miscellaneous updates. The Gold Saucer, also, one of my favorite things to do. They're adding a new course to the Leap of Faith minigame. That's one of my least favorites. But
Leap of Faith is hard.
It's hard, but it also seems to be the one that has the most courses. And here we're getting another one. Now, this one is important to me because I have all but given up. But additional wards for all residential areas are being added. So they're adding 6 wards and 6 subdivisions. So that's
that is
basically
really
1,800 new plots per world. Okay,
1,800 plots to not get.
Exactly. They're planned for sale, and they're going to be doing the lottery system like they've been doing. But now we don't know basically the breakdown between which of those are going to be privately owned and which of those are going to be free company only. Now, we've had a problem, especially on our server, with free company plots just being available forever. Like, no one's buying them. There's been one plot that I wanted, but the first 8 subdivisions or whatever are, I don't know, you know what I'm talking about, the main levels that you can transfer to the instances.
Mm-hmm.
Those are only available to be purchased by free companies. And there's been one that's just been sitting there for months because there's just not a free company buying it. So I do hope that most of these wards are going, private owners only. And 1,800 new plots per world is going to be awesome. They'll at least be able to, when you go into the lottery, you'll be one of hopefully less than 100 instead of 400 or whatever the number is.
That would be nice. That would be nice.
Every time I enter one, it's like, your number is 150. And I'm like, well, I'm not winning this plot. So... But yes, I'm excited for that. I want a house so bad. I just want to decorate a house. I'm not even getting greedy. I want a small house. I don't want anything big. I want a small plot. That's all I need from you, Square Enix. Please open these up. So I will be in the first lottery batch for that when they implement those. So it is nice to see them expanding that too.
It is.
Because it's reached the point for me on Leviathan, at least, where normally there's only one plot per lottery cycle that you can bid on for the places that I want. And in the last 2, there was just no plots available. So the last 2 that I tried just went by, and then I was like, you know what? It's not worth this. I'll just give up.
Yeah.
So, but then they dangle that carrot, like the fat chocobo mount.
That's how it
or
feels like. I'll never go for that. It's not worth the stress. I'll just live. I'll live in the inn. I don't care.
Yeah.
Fine with me.
You can come visit if I ever do on.
It'll be fine. I'll crash. Hey, I have a question, and you can edit this out, okay?
Okay.
I am about to explode. I have to use. Do you mind if I run and do that really fast? I was gonna ask you how much time we have left, but I'm pretty sure it's happening.
We can wrap up. That's okay. I'm 10 pages away from my book anyway. I can edit this out, but aren't you streaming?
I am. Yeah. I mean, it'll be in on the YouTube, but like, I'm dying right now.
Okay.
Let's just wrap it up. Like, it hit in the past 5 minutes, but I was like, okay. It's like, oh god, I'm hurting. Did you see me like moving around and like kick myself and stuff?
No.
I
I was looking off at the other thing.
Ooh, okay.
Anyway, so that's the plots. That's probably the biggest thing for me. And so those are the highlights. Still a major patch, and of course, the major things for people that don't care about that side stuff being MSQ, new MSQ, and new Alliance raid. So.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the highlights. And for those of you listening to the audio, we are going to have to cut this one short. Something happened. I've edited it out.
If you want to know what it is, go to the
there
YouTube
is
channel.
the unedited YouTube. We do. We are going to have to cut this one short. But I think that we managed to hit all of the highlights, really, for 6.3. And we can always dive deeper into some of this stuff next week if you'd like to. Or, actually, keep your eye out on, if you do follow us on socials, so especially the Highwind Herald YouTube. No, sorry, the Highwind Herald Twitter account. We'll keep you updated on what we're doing this next week. There may not be an episode. We may have one of our hangout episodes, just because it is a holiday week.
Yeah.
Solis, do you want to tell everybody where they can find you, or you got the link tree?
There's a link tree in the show notes.
There is.
Find that.
I'm actually making myself a link tree because I actually have enough stuff now.
Good.
But I'll still do my spiel here because I like it. You can follow me at Wolfkins, or you can follow the show at Highwind Herald, both on Twitter. You can follow Soloist if you go to his links. You can go to highwindherald.com if you want all of our past episodes and show notes. And we can also check us out on twitch.tv/KupoQuest if you would like to watch our other show, which is a D&D 5th edition live play of a homebrew world that I invented that is based on Final Fantasy. So
Kupo Quest Season 1, question mark?
Well, there's at least Kupo Quest Campaign 1, so we'll see where it goes from there. So I haven't decided if it's going to be like seasonal in that we do like the same story broken into seasons, or a campaign and then a different story.
That's what I meant. That's what I meant.
So,
awesome though. Hey, it's good stuff.
So
that's all for me.
All right. Well, anyway, sorry for the short episode. We had something that kind of came up in the middle of recording that Soloist has to go deal with.
Yep.
But we will be back, if not next week, the week after. If we don't talk to you next week, if you are, one of the people that celebrates American Thanksgiving, don't eat too much, or do. You're probably adults, so do what you want. But have a happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving to you.
All right. Well, we'll talk to you soon.
Peace out.
Kupo Quest is on next week, though.
Woo! Peace.